Here's what happened. Back in the second week of my job as a holographic tour guide, I was floating by one of these tables, right here at the Burton Morgan coffee shop, trying to brainstorm ideas for a memorable tour, when out of the corner of my eye, I saw a piece of paper glide under my table. I picked it up and immediately asked around to find out who might have dropped it. This person was apparently moving fast though, because no one around me could tell me much. I hadn't been at Discovery Park long, but I knew enough to realize this insignificant seeming paper could be a vital link in the chain towards solving an important social problem, such as finding a cure for cancer. So I put the tour brainstorming on hold for the day and decided I needed to play Sherlock Holmes instead. I hadn't been at Discovery Park long, but I knew that important projects went on here. What if this person was working on things that were confidential? So I decided to keep my real mission on the down low, which meant going undercover. Thankfully, my role as a tour guide gave me the perfect excuse to ask lots of questions about projects happening here at Discovery Park. I knew it would be a challenge to come up with the right questions that wouldn't give away my real goal, but I figured I could handle it. It was only later I realized that what happened that day was the perfect story to give you a sense of the amazing interdisciplinary research that goes on here at Discovery Park. You may even want to test your deductive skills as we follow that day's path. So the paper I'm talking about is replicated on the back cover of the booklet that you got at the beginning of the tour. If you forgot to pick one up, you'll want to go back and get one after this stop. It's got important maps and directions in it that will help you get around during the tour. Anyway, if you took a moment to study the paper, I'm sure that you would infer, as I did, that it was someone's task list. Well, that was good because I knew that even with all my skills, tracking down the owner of the paper could be really hard. In fact, it was a bit like sifting through a haystack to find a tiny nanoparticle, as our friends over at the Burke Nanotechnology Center might say. See, about 2,000 Purdue faculty, not to mention masses of students and postdoctoral researchers, work with the Discovery Park centers housed in these buildings. I just hoped it didn't belong to someone collaborating from some other university or from some partner organization or corporation, either local or international. I knew the possibilities were endless, and without a name, this was definitely a job for a pavement-pounding gumshoe rather than for Google. Before I started, I had to get the lay of the land, so I got into a better position to see most of the buildings of Discovery Park, to remember what went on in each of them. Go toward the coffee shop entrance and take a few moments to study the task list. When you're ready for the next episode, step right around the other side of the pillar, right behind me. Face a bit to the right so you can get a good view out the windows.